Welcome to Conversations with the Empress. I am the Empress. And as y'all can see, I am dolo solo because I am currently single. But I am back with the raw and real for you guys because, I was going to say forget raw and real because I'm not in that relationship anymore. But I came across this reel that, it resonated with me because of what I've gone through in my relationships in the past, and I couldn't help but post it. And when I posted it on TikTok, it's pretty much going viral right now, and it was just something that resonated with me. I wasn't posting it to try to go viral or anything like that, but y'all check out this reel, and I'll be back with a conversation.
When a man is dealing with two women, most likely he'll stay with the weak-minded one. The weak-minded one would think that she won because she's with him, but the whole time he's really wishing that he was with the strong one, but too scared to be with the strong one because he's too weak. See, a weak man knows that a strong woman is going to make him level up and become the man that she needs him to be. A weak woman will accept him as is, bad behavior and all, because she's weak with a very low self-esteem, and he knows that. A weak man can't love a strong woman. He won't know what to do with her. So instead, he settles with the weak woman, wishing the whole time he had the guts to be with the strong woman. That's why it's important that you choose a strong, secure man, because a strong, secure man will know exactly how to love a strong, confident woman.
So, before I start, make sure y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate y'all's support. Y'all have been here with me through multiple relationships and just me starting from nothing and trying to push through and become something. So I appreciate y'all. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment, negative, positive, whatever. Just drop one, okay? So anyway, on this reel, this woman is speaking about how a weak man would rather be with a weak woman because it's easier than to be with a strong woman that pushes them to be more. And, I posted on TikTok, and, people comment a lot on TikTok. You get a lot of different opinions, men, women, everything. And I noticed that a lot of the women were supporting the post, and a lot of the men were saying, oh, these women don't know what they're talking about. That's not what we think at all. This is what I'm going to say about that, right? We as women and we as and men as men, we all have our own experiences with different types of people, okay? So this woman getting on there saying what she said, obviously she's talking about her experiences, okay? And she's obviously had enough experiences with enough men to make that opinion. And me personally, I'm a very strong woman. That doesn't mean that I'm not a good woman. It doesn't mean that I'm not nice. It doesn't mean that I'm not nurturing. It doesn't mean that I am abusive. It doesn't mean any of those things. It means that I'm a strong woman and I know my worth and what I deserve, and I'm not going to take less than that. And if you try to give me less than that when you're in a relationship with me, I'm going to push you to give me more and to be more, not only for me, but for yourself. And multiple times in my life, I have been in relationships with men who, have dealt with women who didn't push them. And I mean, not even just relationships, but men that's had bad relationships with their mother, an absent mother, or a mother that didn't push them, or a mother that was horrible. One thing that I'm starting to ask guys when I meet them, when I'm dating, is what is your relationship like with your mother? If your mother has passed on, what was your relationship like with your mother when she was here? Do you have daughters? Because something that I've learned throughout my experience in relationship, normally guys that have a good relationship with their mother, I'm talking about a good one, not a mama's boy relationship. I'm talking about a good relationship with their mother, normally treat you well, because that means they had a woman in their life to teach them how they should treat a woman. Likewise, men with daughters sometimes understand me better and deal with me better because they have daughters. The whole thing of saying a weak man will choose a weak woman, I believe that to be true. And I mean, I'm open to hearing other people's opinions, but I'm going by my own personal experience. And I'm the type of woman who loves genuinely, from a genuine heart, from a genuine space. And not a lot of people have received that type of love in their lives. Like, as much as we women talk about traumas and stuff that we've been through, men have a lot of trauma, and sometimes more than us, because they're not allowed to deal with it and actually embrace it and, say it, because they're taught to be strong and just keep going. But men have a lot of trauma, okay? Especially black men. And, dealing with a black man or a black man dealing with a black woman, that comes with the territory. You have to understand that we all have a certain amount of trauma. And part one of dealing with your trauma is just recognizing that you have trauma and that you have trauma responses to things. If you've never dealt with your trauma and you've never done the work, you're consistently going to go with what feels comfortable and what's easiest because that's your mode of survival. So, my most recent relationship, still love him, still in love with him, but cannot be with him. Simply because, you know, he has a safety net in his life that he can't let go of. And, I understand the safety net thing because the safety net has always been there to catch him no matter what was going on in his life. But in order for you to be in a relationship with me, you got to jump with no fucking parachute and you got to trust that we're going to land on our feet together. Like, that's how I feel. And it's not that, I have a problem with different types of relationships. Like, I've been poly, I've been monogamous, I've been in common relationships. Basically, common relationships is you don't see somebody all the time, but when y'all see each other, it's all love, whatever. But you're basically common. I've had all different types of relationships. I've had all different types of dynamics. But monogamy is what I choose now. Okay? So, if a man approaches me about some poly shit and he wants to have another woman, I'm fine with that. But poly got to be done the right way. You shouldn't jump into poly relationships if you're not educated on poly. And furthermore, if you're a man and you want to be in a poly situation, more power to you. But understand that there's extreme requirements for that, okay? You have to be financially set in order to financially support two women. Not that they won't work, but you should be financially able to support two women. Birthdays, holidays, gifts, surprises, like the normal shit you would with one woman, okay? Bills, Also, be spiritually grounded, meaning that you have to have a firm belief in something, and your spirituality has to be strong, especially if you're dealing with two women who are extremely spiritually grounded. Okay. The third thing that you will need: emotional intelligence, emotional maturity. If you cannot deal with your own emotions and express your own emotions, you can't be in a poly relationship with two women who are emotional creatures and expect it to go well when you can't even deal with your own. Okay? Lastly, the physical part, but most guys can handle the physical part, at least the guys I deal with, because I ain't messing around with nobody that can't handle the handle. Okay. But being able to satisfy two women physically, that's not enough to build a foundation on to have a poly relationship. So, when you're in a relationship with me monogamous and you can't deal with me monogamously, you can't meet the mark monogamously, there's no way in hell you're going to meet the mark with me in a poly relationship. And I don't feel the vibe of wanting to be in poly these days. I did the poly thing, and every single time I do the poly thing, it's with people who don't really get it. And I don't even want to enter into that. And I don't feel like dealing with other energies that I, haven't invited in. So it's like I am on some monogamous shit these days. And it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, that I have all this love for a person. This person has all this love for me, but we're not together. But it's like I have standards and I have requirements and expectations, and I'm going to have those no matter who I'm in a relationship with. Either you're going to meet them or you're not. And there's no reason for me to keep trying and trying to make somebody be something that they're not. So one of the comments that somebody left on this reel when I posted it was that, well, what kind of guys have you been dealing with? And that's exactly my point. Your perspective on men or your perspective on women is going to be based on what you've experienced, okay? And this woman said that a weak man can't love a strong woman because he doesn't know what to do with her. He doesn't know how to love a strong woman. And part of that is, in order for you to be a strong man, requires you to love yourself. And you can't love yourself. You can't love somebody else if you can't love yourself. That's what RuPaul says on RuPaul's Drag Race. How in the hell you gonna love somebody else? You can't love yourself. How the hell you gonna love somebody else? That's true. And being a strong woman means loving yourself. I love myself enough to put healthy boundaries in my relationship. I love myself enough to be open and transparent and communicative with my feelings and my emotions when I'm in a relationship. When you're in a relationship, it's not just about loving the other person. It's about loving yourself, and that love that you have for yourself coming out and giving that to that person, and showing that person that they can be themselves, love themselves, and get that love back to you. Um, I keep meeting guys who need my healing. And I listened to this lady that does tarot readings, and she's an empath, and she said that empaths normally attract narcissistic people. And I have definitely attracted narcissistic people. And I don't look for it. I feel like they're just drawn to me because, of my light or whatever they see in me. My last connection, he said I have magic, like I'm magical, something magical about me, which is a compliment. But the thing about narcissists is that they feed off of your energy. They feed off of it, and then they can't give it back to you. They feed it and feed off of it and feed off of it until there's no more there. Okay? And then once there's no more there, then they go on to the next person to feed off of them, like succubus. So as an empath, it's very hard for me to like see someone and not see the potential in them. See the good in them. Like I feel all the negative and I feel all the pain and all that they feel, but I always see this bright light of what they could be. And I was talking to my mom and I said, I'm done dating potential. Like I'm done dating people with potential. I want to date people who have arrived and who are here and present, know where they're going, have a plan, have their lives together, because I don't want to be a healer anymore. Like I'm always going to be a healer, but I don't want to be a healer to my person. I don't want to be with people that I have to fix, that I have to teach how to love me and how to conduct themselves with me in a relationship. I'm not doing that shit no more. Not. So, another person left a comment, a guy left a comment and said, "Oh, strong women always have a lot of mouth and this and that and da 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 da." So then my question to that person is, if that's your definition of a strong woman, then you haven't been with one. Because the same way men have trauma and they act a certain way because of trauma, women have trauma and they act a certain way because of trauma. So being a strong woman and being a fucking asshole of a woman is not the same thing, okay? A strong woman is going to expect certain things from you. She's going to expect you to put some respect on her name and carry her name a certain type of way, when you're with her and when you're not with her. I do feel like the ideal match would be a strong woman with a strong man, two people that complement one another. It's not a completion thing, because my mom had said that to me this morning. She was like, men and women are supposed to complete one another. And I said, I don't think I like the word complete. I prefer the word complement, which means that you're going to come into my life. You're going to see what I got going on. You're going to see how fly I am. And you just going to match my fly or add to my fly and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. So, Raw and Real Wednesdays will be whenever they'll be. I was inspired today, so I'm putting together this Raw and Real Wednesday really quick. No graphics, no edits and all that shit, because I just had to just get this off my head, because that reel did a lot for me today. It put a lot of shit in perspective for me. And I will forever be the strong woman that has expectations. And I'm not going to let you play about me. I'm not going to let you fuck about me and lie to me and do all types of crazy wild shit to me. I'm not that person. If that's what you want, then go out here and get you a weak bitch that's going to let you do that. That's going to let you lie and be shady and, do all them types of underhanded things. That's not me. So, what do you guys think? Do you prefer the weak woman, the strong woman? Do you think it's all bullshit? Whatever. Leave your girl a comment, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back when I be back. Until then, have a great week. Bye. Thanks for watching. Your support is always appreciated. Don't forget to drop a comment, smash that like and subscribe, and then share. But if y'all want to show some support with them dollars though, Throw your girl a cash app on handle $EmpressElite. You feel me? Until we meet again, you gonna take these kisses.